Hey everyone, I'm TSJ, the Simone Jayla, a household name, founder of GTU, Greater Than University. My brand is all about inspiring people to be greater than where they are, and today we're celebrating the same spirit with entrepreneurs who are out here hustling and grinding for the love of business. I've invited some amazing guests to share their stories, their struggles, and what drives them to keep going. So let's get into it. Tell them who you are.
Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Miaburgundy. I'm the owner of a food truck. I own a vehicle wrap company called MIA Vehicle Wraps. The food truck's called Thanks Honey. I'm here today just to talk a little about what I got going on.
All right. Burgundy, so you just listed a few businesses. What was your first business?
My first business was a recording studio.
Wow.
I owned it for about 4 years. It was in Noda. Worked with a couple people in street commerce and Fine Britches. We had a collaboration house in Noda,
Okay.
and moved into another building. And unfortunately, the pipe burst, so had to shut that business down and kind of moved on to a new pivot. But we had to move on to a new idea, and that's how I started the vehicle wraps. But
Okay.
the first one was the studio.
Okay, so starting off as a studio. So entrepreneurship mindset, has that been something that's been in you since you being younger, or okay?
I feel like it's one of those things where if you can really look into yourself and know your strong points, what you're good at, what you're not good at. Some people are book smart, some people are street smart, some people are, everyone has their own talents.
No,
so I feel like, at a young age, I was just hustling, wanted to flip stuff, wanted to sell stuff, either with shoes, clothes, or, things of that nature.
You just get to the money.
Yeah, it was just wanted to, before I could even get a job, I wanted to, have financial freedom, I feel like.
No, for sure. Okay. I'm gonna get into some questions. First thing I'm gonna ask you is, what does being greater than where you are mean to you?
I feel like being greater than where I'm at really boils down to self-reflecting and realize where you're at today. I think that everyone gets so far ahead of themselves and they go, oh, where am I gonna be at in a year or 2 years or 5 years? And that's okay, but in business, you don't even know what next month might look like.
Literally, yeah.
So I think you don't plan on hardships, you don't plan on struggles, and you don't plan on things going wrong. Everyone wants to think, oh, well, if I make this goal, then I can do this, but you don't think about the setbacks.
Right.
So I think realizing where you're at today and just hoping to be better tomorrow is really important.
Yeah, that's definitely so true. I started, I want to say about 2 years ago. People would do monthly goals, or you want to have a weekly goal, 2 years, 3 year, 5 year plan, 10-year plan,
Right,
all that stuff.
right.
I started to break my goals down smaller.
Right.
So even it started from daily. I'm doing weekly goals now.
Right.
Now I'm doing monthly goals, what
Right.
goals I'm trying to hit this month. Because
Right.
as an entrepreneur, literally those things change. I'm constantly getting new visions. I'm constantly walking into new things, meeting new people. So things are consistently changing.
Right.
So that's very true. Very, very true. What sacrifices have you made for your business?
I think, maybe taking trips, spending money, maybe buying things a lot of people spend their own money or take loans out to start their businesses. And I was the type where, luckily, since I was hustling all the time, I was able to invest my own cash. And I think that really goes, okay, when I'm starting, do I spend the money on this, or do I have this dinner? Do I take this trip with my friends, or do I put it towards this that might start my business? You know what I mean? Because this year they're going to take a trip, but guess what? Next year they're going to take a trip.
Yeah.
And if I can push this year to achieve something, next year I'll be able to have my business and I'll be able to take the trip.
Right.
So it's the sacrifice is really in the small stuff.
Yeah.
It's not about, oh, save this or not spend this, It's really every single day. That's how you.
Right. No, that's definitely true. Especially some people walk into it, again, some people start entrepreneurship and automatically start touching amount of money that they've never seen before.
Right.
But not knowing how to manage that money, how to utilize it, or how to invest it properly, because that can be gone.
Right.
I was telling someone in the last episode, that can literally be gone tomorrow.
Right.
So having to make those sacrifices, you know what, I'm not gonna buy this, because when I get it, I'll be able to buy that and manage my business and still have that lucrative income coming in.
Yeah, for sure. Because sometimes people think well, if I spend 10,000, well, I'm going to make 10,000 this month, so I'll just get it right back.
Right.
But if you spend month after month after month of just with the mindset of I'm going to get it back, well, a year later, you're going to be in the same position because you were playing catch up the whole time versus actually making progress.
No, for
you
sure.
know, so I think that's really huge.
Okay, and I want to ask you, what piece of advice would you give someone thinking about starting a business?
I think be realistic.
Yeah.
I think people are really unrealistic of like how things work. They have an idea, which might be a great idea, but if you don't know who your target audience is, you don't know how much it actually costs to start up, you don't take into consideration every little step. You know what I mean? Yeah, the actual business plan.
Right.
You know, it's like, oh, I'm going to start a clothing line. Okay, well, who's your manufacturer? Who's going to wear it?
Right.
You know, what price point are you going to sell it at?
Yeah.
If you're comparing yourself to another company that you admire, are you similar to them enough to, repeat what they had going on?
Right.
So I think being realistic is like the most important thing.
Okay, no, for sure. I feel like being realistic and having that passion to actually do it, because anybody can make, well, no, anybody cannot make money, but anybody can make money to a certain set. But having the passion to actually do what you're doing to start a business. I'm not just starting a business to make money. I'm starting a business to impact something in whatever way or whatever business you're doing.
It changes for every person because like some people do it with passion. Like some people are passionate about something and then they create a business around it.
No, for sure.
So it's not about the money at that point.
Right.
But if you're going into a business with the mindset of making money, I think being realistic with yourself is the most important. You don't want to lie.
Right.
You can lie to everyone else, but you can't lie to yourself,
For sure. Okay. And tell me about a moment when you wanted to give up, but you decided to continue.
I think the hardships, like the constant, like things that you didn't plan on, things that go wrong that you might have not even realized. For my business, for example, I own a food truck. Just last night, I pull up to my normal place that I set my food truck up, and the parking lot was fenced up.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, like, I've been here for 4 months consistently. My regular customers know to come here. I post that I'm here every weekend. Now the place that I was, operating out of is no longer there.
Right.
How do you move forward from that? Oh, do you just pack up and leave? Do you try to find a new spot? I got employees as well. So it's not only about myself now. These people have children. They got to feed, put their food on their family's table,
No,
so
sure.
I think just working through the small problems. The huge problems are kind of easier to get around, but the constant small problems is what makes it kind of hard,
Yeah, and that goes back to pivoting to just having that mindset that at the end of the day, you have to pivot to figure out what you're going to do.
Right.
Imagine if you just took even those little situations and took them negatively, how that would affect the long-term, like your long-term business decision. So those small problems, they definitely determine.
They build up.
Yeah.
People don't think about that,
For sure. If you could sum up your business journey in one word, what would it be and why?
That's a tough question because I feel like there's so many words that can describe it. I would say...
well, let's just say like the word that really... The main word. Of course, there's going to be like multiple things.
Yeah.
What's that one word that you're like, this is what I feel like?
I would say inspiring. I think... not everyone that's in my friend group has the same path that I've had.
No, for sure.
And I think that not everyone takes risks the same way I do.
Okay.
Whether it's my friend who works in a regular 9-to-5, or my friend who's looking for a new job, or, they might look at me and go, wow, like he's someone who's right next to me that's taking risk, and that might inspire them to go, you know what? Forget this job. Like, I want to do my own thing. Like, I want to have these opportunities. I'm not in the best place financially that, I could be, but if I'm striving to be, greater than what I was yesterday, they might also have that same inspiration,
No, for sure. That's dope. And you use the name in there.
Right.
Yeah, greater than where I am. That's what it's about. So.
Right.
Thank you for coming, Burgundy. I really
Yeah,
appreciate
absolutely.
it, and giving people just a piece of advice and just like a part of your journey and how you went through business.
Yeah,
Again,
for
it's
sure.
all about keeping that motivation, inspiration, and having that right mindset to get through your entrepreneurship journey and life.
Yeah, for sure.
So thank you all for tuning into this show of For the Love of Business, brought to you by Greater Than University. We hope these stories inspire you to chase your passions, overcome your struggles, and be greater than where you are. Don't forget to like, share, and turn your post notifications on. Bye.